It's all good. I want to root for football.
There's a timeout. There's a timeout in the game.
What game? What game is it?
Packers Eagles.
Did you see the Seahawks one yesterday?
Yeah, that was amazing.
That was a brutal.
Did you see that run?
What? I'm sorry.
The run.
Yeah. Oh, no, I was on the plane, so I missed that. I heard all that.
It was unbelievable. Marshawn Lynch had one of the greatest playoff rushes of all time.
Yeah, and plus they had a 7-9 record. It was unbelievable that they won the game.
Crazy, Pete Carroll, man.
Yeah, man. Well, congratulations on the movie, dude. You're hilarious in the film, and I had to ask you because I'm a cuddler. I like to cuddle with my girls. My girl. But what about you? I mean, like, do you think girls are generally against that? Is it weird for a guy to want to cuddle with a chick afterwards, or even clothed?
You know, I think that the preconceived notion is that girls always want to cuddle.
Right.
I think in truth they don't always want to cuddle. Right. However, I mean, the cuddle is a science, right?
Right.
Because sometimes it's too hot. Right, and it's like, you know, so it's hot. The summer, like cuddling is like should be cut in half at least in the summer because it's just too hot.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there's a whole heat issue that takes place there too. It depends if you're a clincher, right? Because sometimes, like if you're, I would imagine if you don't want to be like trapped down in the cuddle, right? So it's got to be like a free cuddle. And so sometimes it's better instead of like the full wraparound to just like do hand on hip.
I like that. You know what? I'm gonna try it next time. I'll say Ashton approved.
But the issue with the cuddle, really, or the snuggle, if you will, it's like, what do you do with the underarm, right? And this thing starts to fall asleep.
Right.
And that's a bad situation when the arm starts to fall asleep. Then it gets awkward, and you're trying to move it out, and she might be sleeping, but you don't want to wake her up because she's already down. Like it's the cuddle. I mean, there's some like art to the cuddle.
It's rocket science. I mean, I think
some art to it.
They should. I don't know how they break that down. There's a great scene in the movie where you are, I mean, I don't know how the heck they choreographed this thing, but you are only wearing a towel, and you have to put these pants back on.
Yeah.
How many time did it take you to shoot that? I mean, and how nerve-wracking is it being naked on screen and also trying to stay in character? I don't know, is that nerve-wracking for you?
Well, I've done it before.
Right.
So it becomes less intimidating every time you do it. But, you know, the tricky thing wasn't like, you're naked or you're not naked or whatever, because, you know, the crew's mostly guys, right? So I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's like being in a locker room with Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
And then,
I couldn't handle that. I couldn't handle that.
But then it was like, it's like, you know, you're doing the scene and it's funny, you know, it's meant to be funny. So it's really trying to like be comfortable enough to be funny when you're also naked.
Right.
So that's kind of that's the tricky part.
Now, Ivan Reitman, just a legend, obviously, in Ghostbusters. He let you guys do free takes. Was that? I mean, you love improv, right? I mean, was that like freeing for you to be able to, like, you know, do your own stuff? And do you know how many of those actually made it into the movie, like stuff that wasn't in the script that Liz wrote?
I don't really know because it was all so collaborative. You know, everything. This whole movie felt like a collaborative effort. So in between what was great is Liz's script was already funnier than I'm ever gonna be able to even think. Right? Like, she's so just naturally funny that the screenplay was like gold. So when we went in to do scenes, the only we didn't have to, like, you know, try to find the scene or get the scene good. Our whole challenge was just make it better. And so between takes, we spent a lot of time, like Natalie, me, Liz, Ivan, who else was in the scene, just spitballing ideas between. And so to say one idea was mine or theirs or who, you know, it all seemed like it was like collaborative comedy.